Amazon FBA is not all rainbows and butterflies. Tons of gurus on social media will tell you you can get rich quick with Amazon FBA, but that couldn't be further from the truth. A few years ago, Amazon FBA completely changed my life and allowed me to skip out on the 9 to 5 path after college, as I made over $100,000 profit in just my first 10 months. Truth be told, a lot of beginners make the same mistakes, leading to wasting time and money and overall just overcomplicating things. In this video, I'm going to expose the truth about why Amazon FBA doesn't work for lots of people and the path forward to build a sustainable side hustle or business in 2024. The first reason Amazon FBA doesn't work for lots of people is they choose the wrong business model. For some reason, tons of people that get started want to get started the hard way, buying products in bulk from Alibaba with private label or buying pallets of products bulk from wholesale distributors, which is way too complicated and expensive. If you want to do private label, you're going to have great photos of your product. You're going to have to create a product. You're going to have to wait for it to come over from China and create your listing on Amazon. And then once your Amazon listing's up, you're going to have to get sales to that specific product. Meanwhile, if you want to do wholesale, you're going to be dealing with high initial orders, and you're going to have to cold call and cold email a lot of suppliers and vet them and take on a lot of additional risk because it's going to require more capital to get started with, probably somewhere between 5 to 10K. What I recommend is a lot more simple, easy, and takes a lot less startup capital. That's going to be Amazon online and retail arbitrage, which is way less risky because we don't have to buy tons of different products with wholesale. And we can get stuff in hand today by going to the Nike, Adidas, and grocery aisle. We don't have to wait a ton of time for it to get over the Pacific Ocean from China. And once we have our product, we're buying stuff with way less risk because the Amazon listings already existed, and many of them have proven sales history for years with Nike, Adidas, Lego, and other big brands like that. If you want to do private label, you're going to have to get traffic to your listings, which is probably going to require lots of PPC ads, which can be very expensive. And you're not even going to know how to do that as a beginner. So not only do you have to find the product, wait for it to get here from China, spend more startup capital, you're also going to have to get traffic and sales and reviews to your listings. Meanwhile, the a lot more simple route is going to be selling name brand products, specifically through retail and online arbitrage, from proven suppliers that we know are legit, Kohl's, Walmart, and Target, and listings that have proven sales history for years. Number 2 is going to be using too much leverage. Now, business credit is a fantastic tool I've used to scale up my Amazon business over the years. However, lots of beginners shouldn't use it and should stay far away from spending money they don't have. The last thing you want to do when you're a beginner is take on too much debt or any debt at all if you don't yet have a proven sales history. It's totally risky to get ahead and spend money on credit cards or loans if you don't yet know how the business model works and have proof of concept that it's something that you really want to pursue. I've seen lots of sellers get too far deep into the business with too much money on credit and such laid out that it leads to just crashing and burning and overall just wasting a ton of time and being left with a pile of debt. Starting a side hustle or business on Amazon FBA should be as low risk as possible. I got started selling used books, which pretty much requires no money. These days, I like flipping name brand products a lot better. I think that's more scalable than used books. But theoretically, you can literally get started selling used books with basically no money. I do think online and retail arbitrage is a better blueprint for beginners. And what we're going to talk about now is the budget required, which a lot of people are confused about, and it leads them to not pursuing the business. So a lot of people fail because they don't know how much money is actually required, and they're just overall confused about the checklist to get going. I'm going to give you a stupid simple blueprint to get started this week. So first, you're going to need an Amazon Seller Central account. That's going to cost $40 per month, and it's going to be recurring. You can get that at sell.amazon.com. A lot of people think you need an LLC to do that. You actually don't. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I have no idea what's the best, business model or business setup for your specific situation. However, Amazon does not require an LLC. SellerAmp, which is our product research tool, that's going to be a recurring $20 per month. You can get a free trial at selleramp.com. That's going to be the Chrome extension you use to calculate profit for online arbitrage, as well as the mobile app that you're going to take in store and scan products for retail arbitrage. Keepa is the other product research tool I like for beginners. That costs $20 per month. That's going to be recurring. They don't have a free trial, but you can check it out at keepa.com. And I have full tutorials on both of those on my channel. You can actually get a ton of free shipping supplies for $0 from the USPS and UPS websites, which is incredibly clutch. Everyone watching this should go ahead and do that. And then other stuff, including like FN SKU labels and boxes you can get from Walmart. And if you want to get a fancy printer, I really like the Polono, which you can get on Amazon. I started out using an old school printer and just the college library, the really big one right there, printing out 30 up label paper for my FBA, FN SKU labels. So that's what I did. You're also going to want to have all the cashback, Chrome extensions, Be Frugal, Rakuten, Top Cashback, Retail Me Not, Coupon Birds, and Capital One Shopping. Those are all completely free. And then spend the rest of your budget on inventory, somewhere between like 1 and 3K to get started with. Like I said, you want to start nice, small, and low risk, and then just build up over time, add in more startup capital, or potentially add some leverage once you have a proven system. Business credit was a great tool for me. However, it can be a big risk and potentially doom your business. So you definitely want to only do that once you're already getting consistent sales, having fun, and know this is something you want to pursue long term. The fourth reason tons of people fail with Amazon FBA is buying the wrong product. Specifically with online and retail arbitrage, the cool part is we're not tied to one specific product like we are with private label. We can sell tons of different stuff at one time. The problem is people have their product research criteria all messed up. The number one factor you need to look at prior to buying a product to potentially flip on Amazon is going to be how fast that product sells, which is primarily going to come from taking a look at the best sellers rank here on SellerAmp, as well as the Keep a Chart here on the Chrome extension. So this specific product, it only sells 11 times per month and has a 312K BSR. So that automatically is way too high, and we're going to avoid that. And then taking a look at the Keep a Chart here, we can see there's overall just very blocky. There's not a lot of movement. And the competition chart on the bottom really doesn't show any oscillation. So we have no proof that sellers are selling this. So buying the wrong products, especially stuff that sells slowly, can doom your business. You want to make sure you're primarily staying under a 150,000 sales rank, and any product you take a look at has nice oscillation of offer count. The offer count's either stable or going down like that, and the price is either stable or going up with movement, so we know that people are actually selling it. Another issue sellers run into when buying the wrong products is price tanking. So what do I actually mean by that? If we take a look down here at the Keep It chart, we can see this product is going the exact opposite of the way we want it to. The competition is shooting up and the price is shooting down. The ways you can mitigate against price tanking is not buying stuff that's incredibly easy to find and adding discounts and moats to your products, which I'm going to talk about in a second. We can see this specific SKU here, the competition shooting up and the price is shooting down. And the big ways to avoid price tanking are not buying stuff that's incredibly easy to find, avoiding listings where the competition is shooting up, especially if the deal's still available, and mixing in some merchant fulfilled when you're a new seller, especially when you see listings that lots of merchant fulfilled sellers are on. This specific listing right here, we can see there's currently 35 sellers, 29 of them are FBA, only 6 of them are FBM, so there's a good chance we're not going to be able to FBM this. But the cool thing is when you do FBM, when you run into a case where there is a listing that you can get a ton of FBM sales on, when FBM sellers are getting, 30, 40, 50% plus of the buy box share on the specific listing, you avoid price tanking like crazy because you're getting on that listing so much faster. Another thing you need to avoid when buying the wrong products that can really mess up your Amazon account health history is going to be products that have IP complaint history. What do I actually mean by this? If we scroll down, we can take a look at this specific product here. We can see, looks like back around like January, there's a massive cliff in the offer count right here. We can see it literally went from like nice normal oscillation here, 13 sellers, and then it looks like the brand just kicked everyone off. Now, people did get back on this listing, but you totally want to avoid listings you can see when there's a massive cliff in the offer count. This is a clear sign of IP complaints, and this can really mess up your account health if you're a new Amazon seller and you're getting too many IP complaints. Even if you're a new seller putting in a ton of work, it can be incredibly hard to find products profitable. And that's really the number one mistake I see beginners make, is expecting items to be profitable at the advertised price. Here on the screen now, we can take a look at a bunch of different discount mechanisms. This is the sauce in terms of finding items profitable, right? I really want you to understand as a beginner that you don't necessarily find items profitable, you make them profitable by combining the different discount methods that exist. If we take a look at this specific pair of Nikes right here, we can see this is currently on sale on the Nike website from a retail price of $100 down to $70. Now, if we go ahead and plug that in on Amazon, we can see here that's not profitable. We would make about an 8% ROI and like $6 profit, which for a $100 shoe is way too low for profit margin. However, we can see there's this early access member 20% off code for spring here. So we can see plugging in and taking off another 20% off right here puts us at about a $20 profit and 34% ROI.
The cool thing is we can also stack on a discounted gift card from Card Bearer or Top Cashback that's going to get us another 4% off on this specific item. Discounted gift cards are a really good hack here. So we can go ahead and take this off here, right? Take off another 4%, right? And now that drags this listing up to a 41% ROI after everything. And there's very low risk of price tanking on this product because the competition's trending down like crazy and the price is trending up like crazy. And it's FBM friendly, so I could hop on this quick as a new seller. Now, obviously, if we take a look at the year long, we can see there has been some price tanking in the past on this specific product. However, we can see this is the example of a listing that looks exactly the way we want it to. And that's a perfect example of adding different moats to make an item profitable right here. So I want to walk you guys through a bunch of my favorites, right? So coupons via the coupon extensions, which you saw the budget breakdown. You should have those all by now. That's really helpful, as well as cash back. Evergreen email account and text sign-up coupons, which you can loop with a catch-all email via Namecheap or Text Now and Google Voice, as well as just digging around for coupons on Google, asking customer service, and networking with other Amazon sellers. And it's really important that you track what websites allow which of these discounts over time. Discounted gift cards, those are Card Bearer and Top Cashback, as well as rewards programs like Kohl's Cash is really good, as well as for retail arbitrage and wholesale, using a tax-exempt certificate, otherwise known as a reseller certificate. Occasionally, some OA websites offer that, primarily Walmart. Getting on a listing quick, FBM too. The cool thing is all of these methods mitigate price tanking, as well as they also just lead you to making tons more profit as well. Holiday sales, like we saw, like that spring sale on Nike.com. With Easter coming up next week, there's going to be a ton more where that came from, as well as stacking these opportunities together. Coupon code and gift card, or 2 coupon codes together, or a sale with the coupon code, and such is incredibly helpful. Staying really organized with SellerAmp Google Sheets is also really helpful in terms of finding more leads and just overall making more items profitable. You need to be tracking stuff in out of stock, almost good, as well as a back to school and a Q4 sheet. Also, smart repricing above the buy box leads to overall more profit. Right there's one, finding more of the right products, as well as potentially using a sales tax-free prep center to avoid sales tax and save money, especially if you're in one of those states that has 8, 9, or 10% sales tax. Another massive reason beginner Amazon sellers fail is not talking to other Amazon sellers and having a network of other Amazon sellers. Think about it. Who's going to find more profit? The seller who's constantly talking to other Amazon sellers on social media or Discord or different group chats, or the seller who's talking to no one? There's a good chance, based on my experience talking to lots of newer sellers, that you're probably watching this video and another Amazon seller has never seen your face, heard your voice, or really interacted with you at all. And that's leading to you making a lot more mistakes, finding a lot less opportunity, and overall having to put in a lot more work than the people that are really well connected. Literally, my first week selling on Amazon, I met my friend Garrett, who I now do the Buy Box Bandits podcast with, and we got on Zoom. We had a group chat, literally to this day, where we talked through different products to potentially sell. But most beginners are making it really hard for themselves, never talking to other Amazon sellers, which overall leads to just having to find a lot less opportunity, make a lot more mistakes, waste a lot of time and money, and overall makes the process a lot more fun. My number one recommendation for you is to make an Instagram or a Twitter page, or be really active in Discord or some of the different Facebook groups for Amazon sellers, and try to find the people you would hang out with that they live near you. There's a good chance they probably don't, but luckily, using digital communication tools completely free, you can build an awesome network of other Amazon sellers for $0, just finding people that you get along with and jamming and masterminding about different opportunities with selling on Amazon. So overall, it's important to choose the right business model, avoid leverage as much as possible, understand the budget and capital requirements for starting on Amazon in the most low risk and cost effective way possible with online and retail arbitrage, to not buy the right products, as well as to understand what actually makes items profitable on Amazon, and to network with other Amazon sellers and be active in the community. If you guys have any questions about any of these methods, please let me know down below. Make sure to subscribe for more and check out my full ungating tutorial right here and my full free course right here. I'll see you guys in the next one.